Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power session. Many are joining this session. So we have a small survey here. If you see in the Zoom chat, it will take only 5 minutes. We'll start just filling that while waiting for others to just join in. It'll just take a couple of minutes only. Please go ahead and start filling up the form so that we understand the deeper part of you.
Nityananda, where is the form again?
Yeah. You want to here, ma. Thank you. So let's take a few minutes. Just fill it up. It will take hardly any 5 minutes max. Please go ahead and fill it. We'll start the class immediately. We are just waiting for a few more to join in. They're just logging in. Oh, this is a new form, ma. Just first form here. This is a fresh form that to understand how you understood the class instead of like everybody telling us. If you could fill up the bar manifestation and your understanding, we can go into that deeper. That's all. Yes, this session is for you guys. So you guys all have to decide how long you want the session. I can do the session in half an hour. I can do the session in 45 minutes. I can do a session in 2 hours. So you have more questions. You have more manifestations, and you are designing this whole meeting.
Nityananda Madhva, this is the same form that we filled out in order to be able to enter the sessions. It's exactly the same. You want us to fill it out again? Maybe
Just
it's not the correct one. Can you double check?
Yeah, I think she sent a different form.
Yes, I'm checking on the survey link. Just give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, she's there.
El grupo de español, esperen, nos van a dar otra forma. Gracias.
Yes. Okay. We're just holding on to other people logging in. Yeah, just give a minute. Jnanatma will be posting the form for us. See, this whole session has to be as interactive as possible. That's how even the Courtyard session, Swamiji has designed it. How we used to do, I'm just going to go till Jnanatma comes back with the form. Back there in 2017, when we had the Courtyard sessions, Swamiji used to give a beautiful click, and we used to sit and contemplate and complete whatever incompletion we are, literally interactive. The sessions used to be from morning to the next day, literally morning. That's how the sessions were, literally 24/7, except for the spiritual routine. All other time we were with Swamiji in the courtyard, whether eating or whether we are doing the power manifestation or somebody's feeling sleepy, everything 24/7, he sat, and such beautiful powers manifested. So the courtyards are the best thing out of my 12 years. If you ask me what's the best program or best thing ever happened, is the courtyard, where Swamiji literally sits as Arnagiri Yogeshwara and literally pampers all of you to manifest. It's a very friendly setup, just to casually and relaxed and ask all the questions, what is all this about, and start talking. And if you have any incompletion, just telling, no, this is not working, this is how it is, and understanding the deeper science when Swamiji gives, and taking it to and start living those cognitions and manifesting those powers. So this was exactly how the courtyard was happening then. So when Swamiji blessed us for this 108 Gurukuls that he showed us, he said, Ma, we can have the same courtyard in online for all these Gurukul. Then suddenly said, no, we should have for the adults also. So that's when we got it. Here, you got the form now. Let's finish the form and then we'll start with our regular class. Thank you, Ma. So let's finish it quickly.
The link doesn't work.
Jnanatmama. I know you are giving us a training, but can you check it and send us?
It is working. It's working.
Well, I tested it. I put the link to the original form, not the short URL. The original form link itself, I posted it in the chat, and also the short URL. The short URL is working for me.
Okay, thank you, Ma. All are part of the design, don't worry.
I have pasted two links. One is a short link and then one is the longer link. You can try either one. If the short link doesn't work, you can try the actual Google Docs, the Google form link itself. Is anyone facing any more issues, please?
Still people are getting added, Ma. I think from the time we logged in, at least 20-30 people are added.
Yes, more people are actually signing up. So I'm sending some Zoom links for people who just signed up.
Yeah. Yes, Ma, you can take off the screen sharing, Ma. Okay, thank you. Yes, if you're done, just show me thumbs up so we can start the session. Okay. Some more thumbs up. Yeah, it shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Already we lost 10 minutes. Sadashivatma, done. Am I not? Okay. Yeah, just join. We'll just put the survey mark. Okay. Yes, I guess we'll start. Okay. So yesterday we were seeing the time component, how the time exists in the existential reality and how we perceive in the selective reality. The word Swamiji uses is how we are very selective, the shadowed reality, the illusion and the delusion. So I'm going to be speaking about different concepts and threading it to one core problems of the Sangha. And if you have any question, keep posting your questions in the chat so I can start addressing as I go along, and I'll stop some point and start answering the question and then continue the whole thing. So you get the cognition very clearly. All that points to the same thing. It's not something different we are going to speak about, but to get a better understanding, the reality itself. So Margaret will be giving different angles to the whole concept that Swamiji is talking in the Jnana Padati. So each day we take one sutra. Yesterday we took one sutra and analyzed the whole thing. So today we'll be taking another sutra and analyzing the whole thing. So here Swamiji says, first thing is our sankalpa that I am Paramashiva, right? Once I declare I am Paramashiva, I am God, the being of Paramashiva itself, and then I start living that context, the existential reality, how we exist in the real, how Swamiji even perceives us. One day he said in Satsang, he sees all of us like energy, how we see everybody as matter. He sees everybody as energy itself. And the deeper truth he gives in that all of us are how the Paramashiva, not only we are Paramashiva, all of us are Paramashiva. The consciousness exists in everybody. So literally when you see somebody, they are a reflection of you. For example, the ocean is there. The ocean, you put the ocean in the pot. Then you put the ocean in a bottle. You put ocean in a cup. Whatever you do, all the content inside, whether it is a pot, a cup, or a bottle, it is the ocean which is inside. Same way, at the deepest level, all of us and Swamiji is one and the same. All of us and Swamiji is one and the same in that level. So all of us, he says, are a reflection. For example, I see somebody, they are my reflection, I am projecting in my reality. All of us are nothing but a reflection of me in my reality. I see a person, they are nobody other than myself as them, as my reality. My projection of each and every one person. Especially he talks about the people we live with, the closest people, at home, our team, and at work, at maybe Facebook group, or you have friends group. These teamly that we constantly work are the projection of our own self as the different personalities of us. So he tells us how you compete with others. For example, you have a hurt in the left hand and you have to play a very important game, but you have to cancel because your left hand is hurt. You don't get hurt with the left hand and go shout at it or hit it. You simply say, my left hand is, no, I have to heal my left hand, I cannot play. You go to the extreme of canceling the game with respect to the left hand. But if it was your teammate, you will be upset, saying that how can he do that? No, just before the game, see what happened. You might have an incompletion with that. That's because you think he is different from you. If you understand that he is nothing but a projection of you, the oneness in you is creating all the people around you as your own reality. It's like you wrote the script, you wrote the play, you are the director, and you project the whole thing. So if you understand deeply, the ultimate compassion Swamiji has for each and every one is in the space of oneness that he has gifted all of us. In the space of oneness, all of us are reflection of us. So whatever you see, he goes to the extent of saying all the beings, not just the humans, all the beings, all even the non-living things are an extension of us. The existential reality, how it is, how we perceive it versus how the existential reality is. For he gives a beautiful analogy. He says the ocean creates the wave, but the wave thinks it is individual reality and goes and collects the little pebbles, little sand and try to create a castle around it. The wave doesn't understand it is just a wave. The whole ocean is creating the reality for that. Instead of realizing the ocean as the ultimate reality, the wave goes and collects the stones and pebbles and sand, try to build a castle around it, which is impossible, which can never happen. But it goes on trying, collecting. These are precious things. My job, my family, my work, my salary, all the things we collect in the life is exactly like that. We are like a wave trying to collect our family. As a security, we are trying to collect our objects, the jobs, everything as our security. But actually we forget we are a part of the ocean. We got created as a wave. Same thing, everybody is a reflection of us where we exist. If you understand that, you will never have incompletion with anyone. You will understand everything is from the source. It just gets created as it is. Swamiji goes to the extent of saying how in the dream state we are creating another body. How in the deep sleep state we are creating another body. Literally when we wake up, we are creating this body. Again and again when we wake up, the difference he says, I wake up, I create a new body. When you wake up, you create the body with all the patterns. And we go on aging because of these patterns. So understand how we exist. If you understand, you will not have any incompletion with anybody because you know there is no other person other than you. You are infinitely happening. Constantly, you're infinitely happening as your reality, as existential reality. All pervasiveness is one of the gunas of the whole consciousness that Swamiji is describing about. All pervasiveness is everything is made of consciousness. Whether you take the laptop, whether you take this phone, you take anything, it's nothing but consciousness. But all of us are connected. For example, we are all connected with the internet. First, we had only computer. That is like human. Once we are connected to the internet, we are all like the divine where all of us are connected and all of us can see everybody. So understand all of us are consciousness and all of us are connected at one layer. That is the space of Paramashiva. Everything else is just a matter. If we understand that, if somebody is shouting at us or somebody is upset or we are upset with somebody, we can just look in and correct ourselves. Swamiji says so beautifully, when you look inside, you know where you have been behaving like that inside you. And he gives a beautiful example. He says how Buddha was in such a oneness space that he was walking by an Anguli Mala, the person who was a serial killer. He used to kill people and cut the thumb and make a mala, garland. So he was ready to kill Buddha. And he came to kill Buddha, but the minute Buddha turned and looked at him, that's all, literally he was gone. But Buddha said, oh my friend, how can I help you? That's all his pattern just disappeared. He fell in Buddha's feet and said, for me, you calling me as your friend, that's all my pattern is gone. I want to surrender and I want to become your disciple. Understand the space that he was in. He could just by the sight of that just the eyesight on him, he just turned a serial killer. Just imagine a serial killer coming to us. Either we would have run away or something else would have happened. But that is the beauty. Swamiji says a snake, when it comes near Swamiji, simply know how we will be next to Swamiji, literally blushing and then going away. That's how the snake came and went away. It's so happy that it saw Swamiji. So understand the space, oneness, that space they live in. Such a beautiful space. Rama, Krishna, Swamiji, everybody lives in that oneness space, that this is a part of me. I will not get threatened by a part of me. I know it is my part. So that I'll have such a compassion to my part if it is a part of me. When you look at your team, when you look at the people you live with, and when you look at the people who's around you, you will understand they're all part of you, completely part of you. That's how the existential reality is. So once you understand this, the way you will complete with people will be so beautiful. Swamiji goes to the extent of saying the integrity as a most friendliness. The integrity is not some formula, something to follow. I'm integrated to breathing. We don't say, we just breathe. It's a normal thing. Morning to evening, it happens in us. Same way, integrity is such a beautiful, sweet space if you understand from the context of oneness. It's just like how I understand my body and how my body syncs with each other part. That's how all of us are. If we are not working well with the people in the house, some of our body parts doesn't listen to us. That's what it means. Literally, Swamiji says, your body parts itself you're resisting. It is not the people you're resisting. You're literally resisting your body parts. That is what happens. When you resist people or have incompletion with the people you work, literally you have incompletion with your physical body parts. So once you understand how your body is in sync with each other part, same way all the people you know should be sync with you. If there's somebody is angry, upset, look within you where you are incomplete and recreate them from the context of oneness. Hey, they belong to me. I created. They are like mirrors of me. How can a mirror get angry with me? It is so silly. Let me complete within and they will be complete. The minute you understand they're just a mirror of you, you will never have an incompletion with them, because it is all your mirror which is mirroring into all these things. So how can you have an incompletion? You can't put a tape on the mirror when you get a hurt. So you can't go and tell them anything. It's you who has to complete. It's not they have to complete. It's you have to shift in where you exist. All of us are like different pots of the same water. Once we put it back in the ocean, it's all one and the same. If you understand that oneness that Swamiji is creating, such a beautiful space, we are supposed to live in the space. Anything lower than that, a human suffers from that because he doesn't live in that space. We as gods and goddesses understand the space of oneness and start living from that. So that is the first thing. And all the words that we utter, it should be from the expansive cognition. For example, I cannot do this, I don't know this. Gurukul has a beautiful formula. They say only avoid. They say zero. They never have the word never, couldn't, cannot, zero negative words. They only say zero. Because the negative constantly telling us impossible, 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 impossible. So constantly the words have power. Especially as gods and goddesses, we have to be very careful with the word that we utter. The more and more you understand the Timili, you understand the integrity you live in. The words, actions, and thought currents that we honor for ourselves and others gives us such a confidence. Now we are all one and the same. Everybody is a mirror of me. So the word I utter to myself has to be in such an integrity with myself. Then I have such a confidence that I know, hey, I belong here. When you're so integrated with your dad or mom, you'll understand. You'll just have such a confidence to perform. Like that, you'll have such a confidence to perform in your life. When you work with a timely like that, that is integrity. Just a deep friendliness. If you see somebody, you should be able to smile at that person, irrespective of what they are. Then you have a deep friendliness inside you. That is called integrity. Integrity is not some theory or some moral that we have to follow. Swamiji gives this for breaking our impossibility. The impossibility is created when we are not integrated, we lose the confidence. And the second thing is the authenticity. Authenticity comes in as when we want a solution. For example, I really require a solution that I have to fix this problem for my child. Then I will go to any extent and make it happen because I want it. So my authenticity level there is completely different. But if somebody else is going to ask, I'm not going to put in that effort because that is not something I needed, right? So we have a different levels of authenticity. The different levels of authenticity creates our impossibility. Whenever we are not able to come as reality, whatever we think. My intention is to create wealth. I am not able to create it. Where is it missing? It's somewhere in deep, our authenticity is missing because authenticity creates reality. Integrity creates the vak, the words become the reality. Authenticity creates my reality. So why is my reality not happening? Somewhere I have a comfort zone that I'm not looking into it. I'm not making a decision. For example, yoga. I do yoga. I'm going to do yoga next 2 days. Excellent. I'm going to do yoga. 2 days we do yoga. Third day we are gone. Because we don't understand why we took the yoga and why we are doing the yoga. That is where we are lost. When we understand the depth of why am I doing, I want to align my behavior. The patterns constantly torturing me, the behavior patterns gets aligned to the cosmic geometry when I do yoga. Yoga is not for flexing my muscles. That is a side effect. When yoga is not for flexibility or strengthening or anything, my physical. Yoga is for aligning. The 12th dimension is given for me aligned to the cosmic geometry. What I need to align to the ultimate reality for me to get the enlightened space. But when we don't do yoga and we try to give reasons for that, we are simply making ourselves inauthentic about the whole thing. If I really look, I need to get this space of oneness. So I need a solution. I have this yoga. When I look for solution, I will do this authentically. Whenever we look for solution, we do something for authentic very clearly. Understand? If you're just deciding, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, we'll never land up doing anything. But if you're looking for solution, like I need it for my kid, when the need becomes big, the authenticity becomes big, and simply my reality happens. Unless my need is there, we are not looking for solutions. We are just hanging around and saying, no, I did yoga. I used to do like every day, but then I started doing like once a week and twice a week. We are very casual about it. Then the reality also doesn't happen. Then we question, why is things not happening? I also do yoga. No, we don't do yoga the way yoga has to be done. Somewhere we're missing out. 5 days we do, 2 days we don't do, next 5 days we do. We are not authentic about our words itself. So understand, when you're looking for solutions, simply it will manifest as reality. You want wealth or health, it is only how we perceive it. It is not somewhere hidden that it's not shown for somebody and it's given for somebody. Anybody who understands how we function from insider, we can start manifesting our reality. All these examples are given for us to understand the deeper and deeper. We say we are not able to get the health, but we keep on eating the packed food. We are not doing Nirahara. I did Nirahara once a week. Once 21 days I did. No, we have so much of toxin. We have done for 30 years of eating junk. And how will 21 days be enough to clean the whole thing? We have to really dig in and deep and clean till Swamiji says, our stomach has to be inside the ribs. Till then, we have to do the whole toxin cleaning. Literally, so much of toxin sits in our liver, and that's the reason why so much of confusion happens, so much of chaos happens, and we don't understand. 80% to 90%, it is only physical. Even sleep, Swamiji says, it is only toxin. Because gods don't sleep, sun doesn't sleep, he goes on and on and on. How does it happen? They don't get bored, they don't get tired, they don't get, oh my God, every day, all the time I have to do this. They don't get tired at all. If you've seen Swamiji, never ending. It goes on and on and on. He's also in physical body, just to show us he's doing everything in the physical body for us to understand the will persistence, how to manifest powers, the problems that he faces, how much he faces, but still he's beyond all that, just to show that is the uncompromisable compassion of a master. If we understand how he functions, go into deeper and deeper how he functions, we'll get a click how to function in our body the same way. He doesn't use any powers to function his body. He just lives exactly just like us and works with all this that he's talking about, the integrity, the authenticity, everything. Our laziness, our boredom, our need is not there to literally live this as reality. Once we understand these things, how Timely works, how existential reality works, if we start living these truths, and then we will start getting the click, hey, now everybody listens to me. How does that happen? I just shifted from the cognition that I am not an individual. Everybody is a reflection of me. I understand that very clearly. Suddenly I see everybody function completely with me. So that every click that we get, if you start living those as truths, how Swamiji is giving us, simply will be manifesting as powers. The power manifestation doesn't simply just, you think of Swamiji and happens. If you really do it with the powerful cognition, it will be in the next level of manifesting powers. It won't be just a glimpse, but you'll know exactly how the power manifestation even happens. So here Swamiji is talking about the first, how the existential reality is, how we are one and the same, all of us are nothing but a mirror of us. The second, he talks about the Timely, how everybody is a reflection of me. So if somebody is incomplete, it's literally like my hands or my body parts, how I'll be treating it. I have to look in as a seer. We have to look in where we are missing. Once you understand that, you will never be incomplete about any situation outside or any person outside, because you are the creator of that, only creator of that. You are the complete owner of that reality. Whatever, even now, that's how it's happening. Either we believe it or we don't believe it, for a beggar or for a king. That is why Swamiji says a beautiful story. Even a king in his dream, he goes begging around. He cannot change that. Understand how the reality happens. It doesn't say, oh, it is a king. These thoughts will not occur to a king. No, all is just the same. Whether you're a king or whether you're a beggar, the existential reality is what you create. What it is, the situations, the persons, everything. Your daughter is not listening, your son is not listening. It is you who's creating that as your incompletion somewhere as a son or a daughter. When you complete with that, simply they start listening to you. Once you understand, hey, they are a mirror of me. If I decide to live like this and understand how I did when I was a young boy or a young girl, how much tantrum did I throw? If you complete with that, simply that boy will or that girl will simply listen to you. This is how each and every instant of our life starts happening. Once we understand how we exist inside, simply outside we can really command outside. We are infinitely existing, infinite possibility with infinite powers and infinite intelligence. That is how existential reality as gods and goddesses. But we forget that and we are deluded into the thoughts, constantly creating the clutching patterns of our incompletion, and again posting that past whatever pattern on top of what is happening right now, and going on living, reliving that. Instead, if we start living, I am consciousness, I am Paramashiva, all these are my patterns, but they are not me, they are my guests. Go to guest house, I am going to be here celebrating Paramashiva. All these can go to guest house and they can celebrate there. I am not going to be disturbed by them. Be very clear when it happens. If you have the inner chatter of I am Paramashiva during these times, you have got it. Then nothing can affect you. You are Paramashiva. And nothing can affect, then the whole reality, the pie of Paramashiva shifts. Once you shift inside, the whole world outside shifts for you. Because once you are understanding that everything is a projection of you, first level completion happens. Then if you're seeing yourself complete with everybody, very deep completion happens, that everybody starts listening to you. However they are angry with you, simply they will listen to you because you have completed them. You don't have anything inside when you talk to them, or you don't have any memories of any incompletion. Only then you are complete with them. Even if you have one small thing, that's it. Again, you will start the same creation. That one small thing only they will start talking about, and you will get incomplete. Exactly where you don't want, only life will happen, because that's how you project. That's what you project constantly. Because you don't know that you are projecting, you are causing so much of damage to yourself. Now that you know you are Paramashiva, that you are causing, now complete with that pattern. Complete with the integrity and authenticity where you're missing. If you complete with that, simply the health starts happening, the wealth starts happening. You don't have to go and grab something. Simply life happens for you because you have shifted inside you. We all know if we shift inside, obviously the outside is going to happen for us. So let's take 5 minutes now or 10 minutes and write down all the incompletions with others. First thing, with others. That is the integrity part. How we are missing out with others, as now with the context. First write the incompletion and complete with the context that you are projecting the whole scene, and complete with that. Same way with all the situations, the sangha situations, you have projected. Swamiji exactly creates the situation for you to come out of it. So you are projecting that situation which you are exactly incomplete about, only he is going to pinpoint and give it to you, so that you come out of it by completing inside. So we'll first write down what are the incompletion, who are the sangha members, what are the shoutings, or what are the problems that you had. Then look at it. Hey, I am the one who created. Why did I create these situations? Look at it and really see where you have the incompletion and complete with each one of them. In you complete the whole scene. And then look at the situations also. Sometimes it's not just one person, it's a situation which gets created again and again. So look at the situation also and complete with that. Why did you create that? Whether it is in office or sangha, it's the same thing. We'll be recreating the same thing everywhere. We have one grumpy grandmother at home. We'll create the same thing as a boss. We'll create same thing as our spouse, and then say life is gone. No, we created this grandmother, we created the boss, we created the spouse. So let's complete with all of them saying, I am going to complete with the grumpy person inside me. Somewhere I am grumpy. So look in where you are and complete that in you. Simply that grandmother, husband, and the boss will start listening to you. Or the spouse, I should say. Okay, so let's take the situation first. Let's take the people. First, complete with the teamly. We'll create a beautiful teamly first. Write down all the people who you are incomplete with. What you are incomplete with. She's grumpy, she doesn't listen to me. Whatever your complaints are, write those complaints also. Now look at from the context, I am Paramashiva, I am God. Everybody is a part. I have raised myself now. I am not a human being. Everybody is a reflection of me. I am infinitely possible. I am infinity. So from that context, if I see, how can I say she is incomplete with me? I am going to shift inside me. I don't want to be incomplete with anybody now. Those patterns are part of my human self. I've matured from there. So I complete with that. So whatever you are understanding, from your understanding, write that. If you have any questions, keep posting in the chat. I don't think I have my Sangha members. Yes, ma, not only Sangha members, you have any problem with your house, people, team lead, or your office, you don't like anybody you have, should it be only Sangha people? No. Anybody, first starts from home. Your people at home, any problems that you feel, any conflict you feel, the word should be the conflict, any conflict you feel with your people at home, people at work, because these are the most common people, or wherever you're in Facebook or you're in some other group, which you meet on day-to-day purpose or weekly. No, very frequently you interact with these people and which you are not complete about. So write all these people and let's create a beautiful teamly from the context that Swamiji is giving. I am Paramashiva. Yes, ma. Any questions? Keep posting. Let's take 5 minutes. Write down. Yes, ma. Joyce, you can play the Mahavakya.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam. Om
Yes, I would like to answer a few questions here. They have different questions. Somebody's all the questions. Understand there's no other person other than you. The questioning, the questioner, the question, and the person, everything is nothing but you. Understand? There is no other person. When you say, when some people, I feel never can, we are not accepting anything. This is how existential reality happens. It is not some perception or accepting or visualization or imagining or anything. You as God and goddesses, as enlightened being, there is no other person other than you. As an infinity, infinitely available, and how you exist in the existential reality. The questioner, the question, and you, everything is but you. You are writing this game and you are writing this play. Understand very clearly from what I am talking about. All your questions are reflection of you. If you say, for example, don't take it personally that somebody is not listening to Swamiji. It is you somewhere, which part of you is not listening, which is coming as these statements. Everything is only seer. The seen is only delusion and illusion. There is no seen for you. It is only, every thought is an illusion. Every happening is a delusion. Every thought, Swamiji says, a illusion. And every happening is a delusion. You are the only existential reality, the seer. You are a reflection, like a wave. A wave is coming and asking this question. What is the meaning of that? Try to understand the analogy I gave. Hey, how can a wave ask questions? It is having a pebble. How can it even have a pebble? It can own a pebble or it can own something. Nothing. It just goes back and merges with the ocean. That is what we are. But we think we are identity. We think there is something else and that somebody person and that person is incomplete with Swamiji. All that is illusion and delusion. Get out of all that. Come back to the original where we exist. We are the super consciousness, reflecting and manifesting as reality. That is what we are, gods and goddesses. The humans do not understand this, so they live in the body of matter and think that matter is the ultimate reality and suffer. Limited cognition. How we need to exist as how the oceans are. The oceans just create as it creates the wave, and as it creates, it merges back into the wave. There is nobody there who is the person who is not listening to somebody. And we don't have to visualize or accept. This is how existential reality happens. Keep asking your question. See, I don't want you to be convinced. I don't want you to be taking anything just because I'm saying how Swamiji wants you to comprehend the whole thing. I did complete with the context. I am so. See, we don't. I am only working now on keeping the space permanent. What I'm saying as a shift. Incomplete comes up. That is what the perception itself has to change for us. See, we are living how the whole enlightenment is nothing but a perception change. Even now, this is how it is happening, but we are failing to see because we are so constantly in the conflict. That is why the unclutch is given constant unclutch. So we understand that we are in illusion and delusion. We are even now, we are in the dream state. But how existential reality happens, let's start living that. Only if we live that, we will get out of this. unless we are trying to understand, and all that will not work. We have to start living that I am Paramashiva means I am the existential reality. I am that. There is no other person or no other situation or no other thing happening unless I want it to happen. So I am the owner of everything which happens around me. So once we understand that, I become the seer. I'm not in the scene. So I go and correct myself, the master software. If you're a software engineer, you understand. The master software is corrected, then all that which is around me gets corrected. I don't have to keep cutting and pasting into everybody. Simply the whole thing gets corrected. So I change the seer where I existed as human with all this pattern as my reality. Now I'm saying the patterns are there, but that is not me. I am Paramashiva. I am the ultimate consciousness. These patterns are part of the human. But why myself doesn't fully listen to Swamiji when he is fully complete with me? You have to understand where Swamiji, see, Swamiji, you're asking question about Swamiji, instead of asking question about you, understand very clearly, you have to understand you, then you'll understand Swamiji, and you are nothing but different. You're just the same. You and Swamiji are the same. That is what is called oneness, the space dimension. Swamiji is giving us, literally, he is giving that whole, if you have a lamp, he is giving you the lamp of light for you to lit it and look at yourself. Once you understand yourself, you'll understand, hey, Swamiji is nothing but me. That is what Swamiji understood with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. That Vannada, that Swamiji said, hey, that Paramashiva is nothing but me. He came to the realization of that. That is what he is asking you to become. He is asking you, can you become me, right? So that is what is exactly he is asking. We are not listening. We are so much in illusion and delusion. We don't want to start listening and living these higher truths. First, let's not go to the hypothetical problems. Go to day-to-day problems. Every day, this is my problem with this, my daughter, this, my son, this, my spouse. Let's fix that. Only then you will understand the deeper truth about Swamiji, if you fix the day-to-day problems. So let's finish from the context of completing that I am Paramashiva. From that context, I complete all this incompletion. I keep on talking so that it becomes more clarity. Sorry if I'm disturbing for a couple of days. I think I have to speak so that you get your clarity much more deeper. You're not visualization. This is not accepting something. It is only how we exist as an existential reality. That is what Swamiji is giving here. So once we understand this, we'll be able to connect and reflect. When Swamiji is giving us the ultimate oneness, we'll be able to hold that oneness space to manifest more powers. All this incompletion is high definition picture, constantly sitting and taking up too much space. And we are reliving only that. Instead, start looking at how existential reality is. Hey, this is what I am. I am God and Goddesses because Swamiji says so. So I am going to live like this. Any problem I'm going to see inside and complete here. Then I'm going to go deeper, he says. Yes, let's do that. So you've written all the names and completed with all the whatever you have reasons for. No, they're not nice to me. They are not happy with me, or I don't know why they are incomplete. Even that. Whatever you have with any of the people around you. Let's complete the whole scene. Yeah, we're going to play the sutra. If you have any question, keep asking your question. No problem. Few days, let's ask each other. This is a very casual, just a courtyard. So anything is there? Yes, ma. Keep asking as per the time. I will try to cut short or expand on the answers. But keep posting your questions, then only we'll get it. Yes, ma, the sutras.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 100, Dharana 75. Chiddharma sarvadeheshu vishesho nasti kutrachit atascha tanmayam sarvam bhavayan bhavajijjanaha Chiddharma sarvadeheshu vishesho nasti kutrachit atascha tanmayam sarvam bhavayan bhavajijjanaha.
Yes, all your questions will get answered in this sutra. As the natural flow of consciousness, the Chit Dharma in all the bodies, the consciousness is undifferentiated. There exists no differentiation. Whoever you see, they are part of you, or any specificity in nature or in quality or in attribute. There is no difference in anyone you see. They're all consciousness. In this way, when one places his awareness and is absorbed in the consciousness existing in all being, he wins the dualistic worldly existence and realizes non-dualistic oneness in all beings. You go into the space of Paramashiva once you start living that you are the existential reality, the consciousness which flows in everything. You are the ultimate. You are Swamiji literally sitting there and watching this Zoom. You have created this Zoom reality. You have created each and one person here, and you are enacting this whole thing, and you are the scriptwriter of this whole thing. Whoever it is your reality which you have created. When Avatar does it, they do it out of the uncompromised compassion to enact it for us to understand how to live as a human. We unconsciously live it. When Avatar lives it, they enact the whole thing. Why did somebody spit on Buddha and he has to enact that? Why did somebody throw the slipper on Swamiji and he has to enact that? That is the uncompromisable compassion of a master to tell you how they are so humble. They understand everything as part of them, and they are not getting irritated, incomplete, anger, reacting to anything. But they understand the reaction completely subsides. They become such a beautiful space of oneness. Yes, so the patterns I see in people are incomplete from the past and keep repeating. And also some of the kind of personality I am, so I see that part of me in them. Not part of you. The whole of you is nothing. Everybody is a mirror, ma. I am a bit confused on difference of, or if it is the same thing, then incomplete from past. Complete or incomplete or anything, it is you who is projecting. They are mirrors. Everyone you see is nothing but a mirror there, sitting there, reflecting who you are. So it is you who has to really shift. The seer is the only thing which is real. Seen is all in illusion and delusion, how you perceive it. The seer is where you have to correct the whole thing to understand this existential reality. We are always caught up in the scene. Swamiji says the Trineth Tilak is given with the arrow pointing up, so that every time you see the arrow pointing up, it means that you have to look as a seer, not get connected to the scene. The more you are connected to the scene, anything happening outside you, you're in illusion and delusion. The more you're connected and correcting things inside you, you are getting more closer to Swamiji and how the oneness is happening. So that is where the shift has to happen in us for the expansion to happen. As the sutra says about you seeing everything as one consciousness, but it doesn't explicitly say about body scanning. And you please explain to me how it maps to the body. Ma, we are talking about the teamly is nothing but our body, ma. The whole world is nothing. Suppose your father is a part of our body. Your mother is not fine with you, then that is a part of our body. Our body is the one which is a reflecting as all this. If you're not connected to all that, simply that part of the body doesn't even work. And that doesn't even function the way you want to function. Then it falls into the incompletion with you. So understand, Timli is nothing but outside. It is actually your physical body, Swamiji. Physical body. If you complete with everybody, physically you will be so much in beautiful space with your body. That is how the body scanning, Swamiji has given this sutra and this whole thing as Timli. How we take care of our body, the whole thing, whole world is nothing but our Timli, our own body, which when we complete with a family, one part of our body is so complete. If you complete with the office people, one part of us is so beautiful functioning. So it is actually our physical body. So from this context, today we are going to do the power manifestation of body scanning. And from this context, I am going to see first inside me and connect to somebody with the context that I'm seeing inside me of them. And that's how I'm going to connect. Guys, ma'am, please wait. Yes. So this is how we are going to do the body scanning and completion that happens. More and more completion happens with integrity and authenticity. More and more the wealth and health starts flowering in us. Health and wealth is same thing. If the health is beautiful, the wealth simply happens. Health is beautiful, simply the wealth happens. Both are in hand. How we take care of health, we take care of everything in life like that only. We are in such a tune. We don't do one thing for us and one thing for something else. Our brain works like a pattern only. So it goes on replicating the same thing. Once you complete with your seer, how you exist and understand everything is nothing but you. That is why the oneness is the sweetest. He said, Swamiji said, just for this oneness, if I have to come back again, just for this oneness, I want to come back to the planet Earth as avatar. It is so sweet once you understand everything is just a part of you. Yes, the last question, then we are going to power manifestation. Nityananda Ma, it is our now. Can we start power manifestation? Yes, thank you. That is what I also want. So let's start making partners. You can make partners here, whoever you wanted to. And let's start the body scanning. First, scan your body and scan their body just like how you would scan your body and write down at least 5 things. And then you can verify with them. Let's sit straight, visualize Swamiji in your third eye and hold the oneness space. This program is supposed to be 1 to 1.5 hours, depending on the questions. So I just want to reiterate that with all of you. Thank you. Yes, let's sit straight, make partners, whoever you want to. And let's start scanning the body from the context. Everybody is connected through us. So us scanning our body and us scanning their body is just one and the same. Yes, thank you.
Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् 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 नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् 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 परमशिवोऽहम्
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda
Yes, thank you, Swamiji. That was awesome. Clipping also one is capsule. Yes, please share with your partner and post your results in the chat. Please check with your partners, whoever your partners were. And any power, just surrender to Swamiji, whatever Swamiji shows. The whole space, the Shakti really becomes the Buddhi. Yes, please go ahead and start putting on the chat. Whenever you start seeing even the smallest things, yes, please start posting even that. It's okay if it's no, something very small, don't bother. Let's celebrate like kids. However they see, whatever they see, they jump up and down and say, man, I got it. So whatever Swamiji shows, please keep posting it and post it as everyone so everybody can see it. If you put as private, I can't share it. Yes, if it is something like this, private things, you can put it. But if it is simple things, you can put it as everyone and share it. That's wonderful, Ma. Even if you're seeing that such details of somebody, that's really awesome. Yes, partners with Nithyananda Paramashivam sharing. Disturbance in your breathing is causing disturbance within you. Chinmayama, yes, I didn't get it. You got it correctly, what you shared with them? I didn't get what you're trying to say, Ma. Yes, please post how many of the scanning you got it correct. Great. Yes, superb. You don't have to even share what you had seen. Maybe some will be personal and some will be different things. You can just share whether you got it, and that's enough, because I don't know if your partner will be okay with sharing or not. So you can just post all that. See, all this when you're sharing is the most important part, because when you're sharing, you're mirroring into each other's space of oneness that you had experience is what you're posting here, right? Swamiji shows you all that. There's no logical mind which can show all this. When you connect with Swamiji, Swamiji shows you, and that is exactly the space you're posting all these things. So don't miss the sharing. Whenever you get sharing, be with the sharing. Simply you'll start mirroring when you start listening to the sharing. I scanned my hubby, did not see anything, but felt that. Okay. Also, when you're starting to manifest all these powers, do something that you can verify also. I understand that, yes, you can send healing, but do something first so that you can verify your own space. We shared Slovak and Czech language, not in English. We were correct. Wow. They shared in Slovak language and Czech language and not in English, and they were correct. Wow. In different languages that you are trying to share with each other. Wow. Myself and partner, we got it successful. Superb. I asked Swamiji to send healing. Yes. Thank you, Ma. And also, anybody wants healing, the Balasans in Gurukul, they do everyday healing. So, yes, with the picture, you can send me a mail. I can send it to them. My mail ID is ma.advait@nithyananda.org. What was shown to me, the partner? Yes, anything your partners, whatever the partner says, it's absolutely that much. Me and my partner did sharing. Superb. And also the form, Ma Joyce, can you put the form again? Some of you, only 54 people had signed up the form. If you could sign the form and just take the survey for every day, so that we'll know where exactly to give you more understanding and more clarity. That's why we're asking you. It just takes like 2 minutes to do the form. Ma Joyce, can you post the form again? Me and my partner did the sharing. It is right. Wow. See, so many people at the same time getting all that right is so beautiful. Understand that these things are not ordinary things. We simply take it for granted because it's become like scanning, anybody can do. But every time you scan, you're in the space of oneness with Swamiji. So that is the ultimate beautiful space of literally mirroring the higher superconsciousness into our brain. So every time you manifest, you raise your frequency, your length, breadth, depth, time, everything raises the frequency. That is why again and again Swamiji says, do power manifestation. That is the only time he says it's worth living. He goes to the extent of saying that's the only time we are even worth living is the powerful cognition and power manifestation. So that really gives a glimpse of enlightenment space itself. So more and more we live in that, we'll start becoming enlightened. That's all. Only from the enlightened space we can manifest powers, not from any length, breadth or depth, any other space. Oneness with Swamiji only manifests powers. Prabhama did the reading and 5.3 were totally accurate. Wow. Going to check. Beautiful, ma. Yes, I cannot see my partner, but I just visualized close to my eyes and she said, I'm right about her. Wow. I didn't even see who it is, but I got everything right. Superb. I don't know some of the names. I don't know who's Sri. Okay, the partner and I got accurate.
It's me, Ma Ramesh.
Okay. Okay. Me and my partner shared and agreed. Wow. Ma Bodhana, Tony and I partnered. She saw I broke a bone in my foot 2 weeks ago. Wow. Tony, ma, you're getting, I think all of you are demo ready itself. These Bodhana, Tony, Sean, all of you are, I think we can make a demo ready list. And all the Mahants can note down all these demo ready lists and for power manifestation, they are all ready. Every time they're getting it, every session they come, Bodhana, Sean and all, they get the power manifestation done. Superb. That's how we should be. We are God and goddesses. Wherever we go, we'll manifest. That's all. Yes, ma. Thank you so much. Any other question you have? I don't want to take, I think I've taken enough time. So thank you all. Thank you, Swamiji. Can we end the session? You have anything you can post? Yes, you can post it in the Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power page. If you have anything, you can go and read the post also. So many people have manifested so many powers. So all that reading also literally mirrors into ourselves. Okay, let's sit straight and end with the Purna Mantra. And please, if anybody has not taken the survey form, please fill the form. That will be really awesome for us to conduct more class to the precise what you request. Okay, let's sit straight, visualize Swamiji in our third eye and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhaghwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyananda. Thank you, all the God and goddesses. See you all tomorrow. Please be on time so that we don't delay like this tomorrow. Thank you.
Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.